Hi, families of LCS third graders. My name is Tracy Profit. I am the lead instructional coach at R.S. Payne Elementary, and I'm here to tell you about something that your third grader recently received. You should have gotten a copy of Look for the Math Around You, Fractions, and this is a great book that's going to help you all have conversations about math and particularly fractions at home. With that, you also got a set of fraction towers or fraction cubes that might look something like this. Might look a little different, but basically like this. And I'm just here to tell you a little bit more about how you can use this resource at home. So the first thing to do is definitely read the book together. You will find that it is set up where each page has a picture and then a set of questions or prompts. You don't feel like you have to read it all at once, and don't feel like you have to answer every question and get the right answer. It's more about, the big idea is more about how can we see fractions in our everyday life around us when we are outside, when we're cooking at home, when we are at a restaurant, when we're in our bedroom, any of those places, there are fractions, and the book is meant to just kind of give you some jumping off points of ways you can talk about fractions together. The second thing that you might do is use your fraction towers to enhance your conversations. The way that these work is that each rod or each tower is one whole, but each tower is broken up into different amounts of pieces. So you can see here that we've got the red piece is the one whole, and then as it goes down, our denominator, that's the number on the bottom, gets bigger. So this one's broken up into 2 parts, then 3 parts, then 4 parts, and then we'll see that the pieces get smaller. So that's one of the big ideas in third grade, is how the denominator is related to the size of the pieces. So if you happen to be reading one of the pages and you're talking about, like, let's say 1/4 and 1/2, you can take the pieces out and get them to make those comparisons and look at what's happening. So if 1/4 and 1/2, here's 1/4, 1/2, you line them up together and you can see just how much bigger the 1/2 is than the 1/4, and even talk about how many fourths equal a 1/2. So I hope that you will use these when you read the book and talk about fractions, but also you're welcome to use them in any kind of math practice that your student is doing at home for their schoolwork. The next thing that we would encourage you to do is check out the website that has been created. On your student's Google Classroom, you will see a link to a website particularly meant to be a resource to go with this book. So we hope that you will click around, look for introductory videos about certain pages. Like, for example, there's a video made about this bowling picture. And then with that, there is a task, something that they can try out, and then some extension activities, like maybe a game that you can play or something that you all can do at home together to continue your conversation about fractions. Your teacher might assign or require some of those things for your students as at homework, but also you're welcome to just do them at any time. So there's lots of things to check out that go right with the information that's in this book. And then finally, I would just encourage you to keep having math conversations at home, particularly about fractions. Invite your student to look for where they see fractions in their house or in their everyday conversation, and just make math and talking about math an everyday part of your conversation. And that would be one of the best things that you can do to help your student.